Love, love, until I feel the breath of thy spirit flowing in me.
Hello and welcome to Spirit of Life. I'm Mirella Rich. Today we are here with Father Peter Ferwerda, who is a Catholic parish priest in central Victoria, and we're going to be discussing Our Lady Queen of Peace's messages from Medjugorje from the 2nd of March 2016. And if you don't know about Medjugorje, it's a little village in Bosnia-Herzegovina where Our Lady has been appearing to 6 young children. In the beginning they were young children, now they're all adults in their 40s or so. And this happened on the 24th of June 1981 for the first time and still is today. Welcome to the program, Father.
Thank you very much, Mirella.
And was there something you wanted to say before we actually read Our Lady's message?
Yes, I just want to say I'm so excited, first of all, to be able to talk about our Blessed Mother in a public way like this. And but I do ascribe to whatever the Church decides on the apparitions at Medjugorje. I've been there many times, and I have a great devotion to Our Lady of Medjugorje, but I will abide by whatever the Church finally decides.
Okay, well, let's hope they say it's true. I think it's more and more positive. Everything I'm reading about it, the churches in the Vatican's being very, very positive about it. But anyway, we'll start by reading the message. Our Lady said on the 2nd of March 2017, "Dear children, with motherly love, I am coming to help you to have more love, and that means more faith. I am coming to help you to live with love the words of my Son, so that the world would be different. Therefore, apostles of my love, I am gathering you around myself. Look at me with the heart. Speak to me as to a mother about your pains, sufferings, and joys. Ask me to pray to my Son for you. My Son is merciful and just. My motherly heart would desire for you to also be like that. My motherly heart would desire that you, apostles of my love, speak of my Son and of me to all those around you with your life, so that the world would be different, that simplicity and purity would return, that faith and hope would return. Therefore, my children, pray, pray, pray with the heart. Pray with love. Pray with good works. Pray that everyone would come to know my Son, so that the world would change, that the world would be saved. With love, live the words of my Son. Do not judge. Instead, love one another, so that my heart could triumph. Thank you." So there we have it. Beautiful message, isn't it?
Yes.
It encapsulates so much. There's so much guidance in this message. There's so much instruction and so much positivity, just reminding us just to really love, to pray with the heart and really love. Just those two things, if we just all live like that and pray for everyone to know Jesus, imagine what a world we'd have if we all took that on. Imagine if every human being took that on board, what a world we'd have. What a wonderful world. Yes. Really like that song.
That's right. And that's right. The bottom line is coming out again and again as love. And Mary is the mother of love, really. She assures us all the time that we are all her children, irrespective of what faith we belong to or none, that we are all her children and that she loves us. And she's very concerned for our salvation when we end this life here on earth, that we are living eternal life with her Son, Jesus Christ. So she's a mother who wants to pour out her love on all of us. And that love is manifested in asking us to be obedient to whatever her Son wants of us, as we hear in the Gospel. But she just wants to pour out her love on us. Her Son, Jesus, is love. Saint John, the evangelist who wrote the fourth Gospel, defines God. God is love. That's how he defines God.
Yeah. And you know, they were doing some things with some of the children as well, and they were saying things like, when you're sad, like holding up faces like sad face, you're sad and you're angry and all these things. But if you love, your face changes to a happy face.
Yes.
And it's just that simple step. Even for adults can learn that. You know, you're sad when you're not loving, but when you love, you're happy because you're reaching out to someone, you're smiling at someone, you're doing something for someone.
Yes. It's a big challenge, of course, isn't it, Morella? Always to love, especially when we're not perhaps loved in return, or when we get some sort of vibe from another person that they don't like us or whatever. We're meant to return that love for that, and that's the challenge.
But you know what, I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, all our role is to love. We don't have to judge that person. Like, we can keep loving and loving that person, but in the end, God is going to judge that person.
Yes.
Our job is just to love that person, and even though you might keep you're taken advantage of because you're the one that keeps loving, and they just suck it up and take it all in, and they take all the love and give none back, but they're going to be judged for that in the end. You know?
Yes, and we don't know their circumstances why they're like that, of course. And Jesus took the initiative throughout the Gospel, took the initiative in love all the time, and took the initiative to showed his apostles how to love. Not only said it in words, but showed them how we are to love one another by the way he treated people. And so we need to learn to love, and Jesus is the best of teachers.
Exactly. We'll have to go to a break now. When we go back, we'll read through it again,
Thank you,
line by
Morella.
line. You're watching Spirit of Life. Stay with us. We'll be back very shortly. Hello and welcome back to Spirit of Life. I'm Mirella Rich. If you've just joined us, we're here with Father Peter Ferwerda, who is a Catholic parish priest in Central Victoria, and we're discussing Our Lady Queen of Peace's message from Medjugorje, which was given out on the 3rd of March 2017. Welcome back to the program, Father.
Thank you, Morella.
I'll read it now line by line and we'll go through it.
Yes, Morella.
Our Lady said, "Dear children, with motherly love, I'm coming to help you to have more love. And that means more faith." When I read that, I was thinking, that's beautiful, because it means also if we work on our faith naturally, we'll be loving more. Like if we believe more strongly, we can't help but love our neighbour more.
Yes.
Because we'll feel the love from God, which is the most powerful love of all.
Yes, definitely. There's a definite link there, isn't there, between our faith, our Christian faith, and love, and how we define love, what we believe to be love from a Christian perspective. It's definitely united to faith, because we are, for instance, challenged to love our enemies. So we have to believe that in order to be able to do it. So it's a decision we make. Sometimes we have to make a positive decision to love our enemies, to love those who don't love us.
Actually, I had an experience. Someone was saying to me that they go to the school, the children go to a Catholic school and everything, but the other parents don't seem to be very loving, and she feels hostile when she comes up to, and she's a practicing Catholic, very sincere with her faith, goes every day to Mass and everything, and she feels a little bit of this hostility, maybe she doesn't know what it is. And I said, well, when you see them like that to you, instead of getting upset and hurt by that, why don't you try and love that a little bit more and see Jesus on the cross in them? Just see Jesus forsaken if you see this hostility towards someone. Because we don't know what's going on in people that are angry or hostile or whatever. But if you try and love Jesus, it takes courage and prayer, but if you try and love Jesus on the cross in them, you'll get a grace. And when I told her that, she said, this is the stuff of saints. This is the thing of saints.
Yes.
She says, thank you. I'll really take that with me, you know. She was so elated when I told her. Like, she lit up like a Christmas tree just to think she could do that.
What a beautiful story, Marilla.
Yeah. So it's just, we just have to keep trying to live it. And then Our Lady said, I'm coming to help you to live with love the words of my Son, so that the world would be different. Therefore, apostles of my love, I'm gathering you around myself. So she wants us to live with love so the world would be different. If each person in the entire world decided to love, the world would be completely transformed.
Yes, that's so true.
Yeah.
We sometimes think, I'm just a drop in the ocean. Maybe we are, but the power of one person is enormous. You know, we've seen it through history. We've seen how one person has made so much impact on the whole world, like a Lorenz Wertmann started off Caritas as a single person in 1897 in Germany, and now look at the organisation that Caritas, the aid organisations throughout the whole world, and you look at Jesus Christ, a single person who then gathered a few apostles around himself, but just one person is what it takes to sometimes change the world.
Even a little thing, like I know just with us when we cross the road at the pedestrian crossing and the cars stop, we always smile and wave at each car on both sides.
Oh, yes.
And I think, I wonder if people, I'm not doing it to get people to copy me, but I'm just thinking it'd be nice if people did that. And then one day I looked out my window and I started seeing everybody crossing the road like this. I was thinking, you know, it just, I don't know if we started it, but we do it with enthusiasm and wave to everybody. And it just, those little things. And then when I looked out the window and saw other people doing it, it made me feel so much joy, because I thought, it's just love, you know.
Little gesture of love.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Just a little thing of thank. And I think outside my window, and I think that's nice, just to, we have to start cultivating our own suburbs and, you know, and in the world. And
just saying good morning to someone in the street. We don't know what sort of story that person has, and just saying good morning to someone in the street or a little smile or whatever can perhaps affect that person.
It certainly does, and you see it, you see that. It's so beautiful. Our Lady also said, therefore, apostles of my love, I'm gathering you around myself. Look at me with the heart. Speak to me as to a mother about your pains, sufferings, and your joys. I really love that one, because she's saying, speak to me as you would to your mother. You know, tell me what's going on, your pains, your sufferings, your joys. And I think when we do that, if we just stop after we've done it and just see if she's done something with that, you know?
Saint Therese of Lisieux, she said Mary is more a mother than a queen. You know, they were talking about Mary being the Queen of Heaven. And she said she's more a mother than a queen. It's an amazing statement. But it is such. Mary doesn't want any distance between herself and ourselves, her children. She wants to be close to us, like a mum, like our mum.
That's beautiful. We really need to carry that in our hearts, like sincerely, just to nurture it. That's beautiful. Ask me to pray to my Son for you. Ask me to pray to my Son for you. Now that's a really beautiful line, because she's saying she can help us, but we need to actually ask her to pray to Jesus for us.
She's the greatest intercessor we have, Morella. She's the more powerful in intercession than all the angels and saints put together. Her intercessory power is greater than any other saint.
Oh, beautiful.
So, not that it means that we shouldn't perhaps pray for other saints to intercede for us to Jesus, but we can't go wrong asking Mary to ask Jesus
That's
for
why
something.
I chose Mary for my confirmation name when I was in primary school, when I made my confirmation. Our Lady said, ask me to pray to my Son for you. Then she follows with, my Son is merciful and just. My motherly heart would desire for you also to be like that. So she wants us to be merciful in our lives to others, but also just. So there's a bit of strength there, isn't there? Sort of like, you know.
Yes, it's interesting, those two words. Yes, it's very interesting. The more merciful we are towards other people, the more mercifully will we be treated when it's our turn to go to the other world. You know, Jesus will reward with mercy those who've been merciful themselves in this life.
Yeah.
It's a great promise.
Beautiful. We have to go to a break now.
Thank you, Marilla.
You're watching Spirit of Life. Stay with us. We'll be back with more very shortly.
Till I feel much breath of the Spirit flowing in me. Love, love, till I feel much breath of the Spirit flowing in me.
Hello and welcome back to Spirit of Life. I'm Mirella Rich. If you've just joined us, we're reading Our Lady Queen of Peace's message from Medjugorje, a little village in Bosnia-Herzegovina, from March the 3rd, 2017. Welcome back to the program, Father.
Thank you very much, Marilla.
So I'll continue with the message. Our Lady said, "My motherly heart would desire that you, apostles of my love, speak of my Son and of me to all those around you with your life, so that the world would be different, that simplicity and purity would return, that faith and hope would return." I'll just stop there. There's so much in that, because if we show our faith with our lives, it means we've got to live it, we've got to breathe it. If we're serious about it and we want everybody to believe in Jesus, we live it, we breathe it, we act it. We've got to take it on board seriously. Even Mary said it in a message recently. Someone asked her about, problems in the world, and she said, well, all the Christians need, if they want to stop all those things happening in the world, they need to live their faith, like really live their faith purely.
Yes,
live it and breathe it.
sense,
Not be ashamed of it, not be afraid of it, but really live it. All Christians, all Catholics, all people.
Yes, that includes me and you and,
all of us.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
The responsibility each one of us have. Yeah.
We struggle at that, of course, but we try. We're striving to do what our Blessed Mother asks us to do, and what we know that Jesus wants us to do.
Yeah.
But it's good to be reminded sometimes of these things. We're human beings and we need repetition. Sometimes we need to be reminded again and again of God's love for us and of Mary's love for us.
Yeah.
And just how we are to respond to that sort of love. We're to give love for love, love towards our fellow human beings.
Yeah, and Our Lady is so good in her messages, because she does keep repeating it. Like, she keeps encouraging us, but in different words. Maybe she rephrases it, it's a different way, but she's just constantly, like, really moulding us to really be her apostles of love. It's just so enriching to read her message, to find that.
Yes, I need to read a message every morning. I randomly read these messages. I read one every morning, at least one.
Yes.
And perhaps one during the day as well, but usually just one in the morning to focus on for a little while.
It's beautiful.
They're all magnificent.
Yeah. I record them on my phone and I just read it like for half an hour, and so then I play it before we go to sleep. So we listen to it as we go to sleep, play it when I get up, so I listen to it, and then I try and memorise it off by heart if I can. And just so it becomes my vocabulary.
Well, one of the miracles to me, Mirella, about all of this is that, especially these longer messages from the 2nd of the month are quite long, some of them, and how the visionary can just dictate exactly what Our Lady spoke to her, how Miriana can remember. That to me is quite miraculous, that she can remember word for word what Our Lady has just said. And then they've got a panel of interpreters waiting to translate that message. To me, that's miraculous that message can be remembered by the visionary.
I know, I always
word
thought that
for
from
word.
the beginning. It's beautiful. I'll read the rest of it. So it's also about simplicity. She's saying live simply, purely. Like, I think, eat simply, live simply, go to Mass, just go to your church that's close to you, walk to your church, eat simply, eat your fruit, eat what nature provides. If we live simply and with purity, we're doing what she said.
Yes, that's true.
Our Lady said, "Therefore, my children, pray, pray, pray with the heart, pray with love, pray with good works. Pray that everyone would come to know my Son, so that the world would change, that the world would be saved. With love live the words of my Son. Do not judge. Instead, love one another. so that my heart could triumph. Thank you. So pray, pray. She's saying pray so many times.
Yes.
I think we're not doing enough praying because she's got pray written down so many times. Pray, pray, pray. And then she's got pray that everyone would come to know my Son, so that the world would change.
Yes. By us praying constantly, it's a sign of our surrender to God. By praying to God, it means we're surrendering to Him. We're surrendering our hearts to Him. So that's, again, it needs to be reinforced all the time, because sometimes we get sidetracked by all the busyness of daily life, and we forget to perhaps get down on our knees or spend a bit of time with the Lord each day. But that's vital.
Yeah.
Our Lady's trying to say to us, please put God first. He'll look after you. Put Him first in your life, and He'll look after you. That's very scriptural. So,
And also to pray for those who you need around you as well. And it's good to be also in a bit of a supportive environment, like even after Mass, ask if they can say the Rosary after Mass, and just join some of the people in Mass to say the Rosary. So you get a bit of a group of you praying, and pray for people, pray for each other.
Yes, we need each other, absolutely. As a Catholic or as a Christian family, we need each other to bolster one another's faith. God has set it up that way, that we worship Him together every week in the church, so that we also help one another on our faith journey. It's a great gift to be sitting in a church with other people who believe the same things as yourself, because it gives you confidence and trust in God and happiness in yourself.
It's beautiful. I just went to Mass the other day, and I was talking to this girl that I hadn't spoken to for ages. I saw her probably about, I don't know, maybe 4 months ago, maybe it was even in winter time. And she said, I asked her to pray for something for me, and she said to me when I saw her just then on Saturday, she said, I'm still praying for you. And I thought, oh gosh, I couldn't even believe she remembered me.
Yes, that's right.
But it's such a lovely, warm thing when someone says something like that, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's a great gift.
And then we
Great
pass
gift.
it on and do it to someone else. And then I texted someone else, I'm praying for your trip to, Sydney, to Cairns, and then to Perth. And they're like, oh, thank you, kiss, kiss. So happy, this older couple that I knew that, travelling.
There are signs of God's goodness, and He wants us to show those little signs, to show that He lives in each one of us.
Exactly. And finally, do not judge, instead love one another, so that my heart could triumph. So we just have to love.
Yes. It's so easy to judge, isn't it? I've done it myself many times, and I'm sorry I have done it, but this is a good reminder not to do it, because we don't know anyone else's circumstances. We can't read another person's heart or anything. It's best just to pray for them and to love them as best we can. We need God's help.
Thank you. And thanks so much for coming on the program. Would you come back again next week?
I'd be delighted. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father. You've been watching Spirit of Life. I hope you enjoyed the program. We'll see you again next week.